Hello there, and welcome to All Painting My Way. My name's Rob. I hope you're having a great day. Right, in today's quick video, it's only about 15-20 minutes long. I'm going to briefly show you how to do a quick hollowed out tree. Now, this sort of tree would look ideal if you had a dense forest, and maybe you could set this tree off to the side, or you could actually put it in a clearing and have it as a focal point. There's various places you could actually put it, but what I've actually done, I've just put it on a piece of artboard and just put a blue background on it as just a sort of basic sky, just to help the image stand out. I've also just put it on a sort of grassy sort of mound, just so you can see how it actually stands out. So again, it's only a short video, but basically just the base color with a few highlights on. It's a hollowed out tree that's obviously died off. So I hope you find this interesting, and please love to hear your comments below, and please, after the video, please don't forget, give me a thumbs up and give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I do hope you enjoy. Bye bye. Okay, what we've got here is a 16 by 10 artboard, and basically I've just divided it up into half just for demonstration purposes, and I've just given this half a quick wash of blue and a little bit of white, just to signify as if it was a sort of cloudy background. Because what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to paint a dead tree, like a tree that's sort of hollowed out. I'm going to do that from start through to finish, and this is something that you could obviously put in your painting if you could do in a dense forest or something like that. But I'm just going to show you roughly how I would do it. So what I'm actually going to start off with is a filbert brush, and I'm just going to mix up some Van Dyke Brown and dark sienna. I'm just going to mix a little bit of each. It doesn't have to be an exact sort of colour. And then decide where your tree is going to go. Maybe our tree is going to go somewhere like that. Make the edges nice and rough. You don't want them straight. It is a tree after all. So we'll basically put the base colour down first. Maybe our tree is a little bit taller. Excuse the back of my hand if it's in front of the camera. I'll just put a little bit more, not too thick but fairly thick, because when we put the highlights on, we want the highlights to be able to be pulled off by the paint that's underneath, because it helps with the detail. It will be fairly thick. It will actually sort of dry back like bark and have a sort of bark texture. So decide how big you want your tree, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a slightly smaller filbert. This will be a number 2. The one previously was a number 4, and just go on one side, come like that, and on the other side, so you basically want to create a sort of U shape like that. Now you can, if you've got a smaller detailed round brush, just come in and just make that a little bit more lifelike, a bit more sort of pointed and jagged, as if it's snapped off. But create that U shape at the bottom, because that will help define the hollowness of the tree. And then basically once you've got your base colour like that, what you want to do is get, let me just see, is get a small filbert. I'm just going to get some white and some yellow ochre. Bear with me while I'm away from the screen for a second. This is white, yellow ochre, and I've actually put a little bit of dark sienna in there. And what we're actually going to do, just put a few little highlights in on this side, just randomly. We're going to go over these in a minute with a knife, but it just helps distort the colour as we come down. What I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to get my knife, make sure it's clean. Bear with me 1 second while I just wipe that. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of yellow ochre and dark sienna. And then literally on the edge, we're just going to come down and put a few little ridges of paint. When this dries, it will actually look and feel like bark, because you're actually pushing it onto the canvas and then lifting it off. Yeah, we'll just go into it a little bit more white. Just put a little bit more white into the mix. And just vary your colours. You just want to play with that edge. Go backwards and forwards, creating that bark-like texture. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use the short edge of the knife, and you want to recreate that U shape, but underneath. So you want to leave a little dark space underneath. I hope that makes sense. So you're recreating that U shape. I will be putting some more highlight on that. So you're recreating that U shape that you've done with the dark colour, just to create that little hollowed effect on the top. And hopefully you'll see once you put the little highlight areas on, and just continue this up and down, varying the tones and the highlights in different places. Leave the back of the tree dark. You want to put the odd little mark on there, nothing too major, because we've got the light coming from this direction.
So we'll literally just go like that. And just put a few little bits and pieces on there. Just to help. And then that little dark area, as I say, it just stands out as a little bit of a hollow in the tree. Be very gentle. Just put a tiny little bit of highlight. So you've got your tree roughly like that. Then what we can do is come back to our detailed round brush. And this will be a dead tree, but we can just put maybe there's a couple of limbs that haven't actually fallen off yet. The tree has died, but they're still holding on. Maybe put one there. As I say, you can put as many on as you like on your tree. You don't have to put any on at all if you don't want to. But just decide. Excuse my hand again if it's in front of the camera. Apologies about that. And you can then just put a tiny little bit of highlight. It probably won't show up on the camera. This side might be left in the dark because it is on the back side of the tree. I'm calling this side the back side because it's in the dark. The light's coming from this direction. And then what we can do with a bit of our brown, our dark sienna, and our Van Dyke brown, we can just maybe put a little bit of a mound in as if this tree is on some sort of hill or something. Just roughly put that in for the moment. I won't go all the way down because it's just literally for demonstration purposes, just to help the tree stand out a bit. And then what we can do, if we get a fan brush and we'll just get a little bit of Indian yellow, a tiny bit of phthalo blue, and we'll just mix those together. Again, sorry if I'm off the screen. We'll just mix those together. Get a little fan brush. Maybe just put a sort of a grassy area in just to help this image stand out. If you just push up gently, you do just get little tufts. It just looks like the grass is actually standing up. I'll just remember again to leave some dark areas in here if you're doing a hill of some sort like this. It just helps give the definition, create a bit more character in your actual painting, sorry. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about this, but this is just hopefully just so you can see it set off, and hopefully what we'll do is we'll just get a little bit on our filbert, and we'll just push a little bit up as if some grass or moss or something is growing up the edge of the tree, just to diffuse that edge. We can come back with the edge of the fan brush and just blend that out a little bit. Just helps diffuse it a little bit. Okay, and then maybe on this side, if you've got the lights coming this way, remember, we'll just get a tiny little bit of Indian yellow on its own. Maybe just mix a little bit of white with that, just to highlight this edge. As I say, this is the side that's in the sunlight. This side will be in dark still because it's behind the tree. Not much light getting to it. We'll just lighten up this side just to help with the composition. And hopefully there you can see we've got a nice little dead tree. The little hollow bit at the top there, nice and dark. Again, this would look ideal if you were painting this in maybe a wooded area and you had like an open glade or something, and this could be a focal point. Doesn't have to be, but it's just an idea. You could maybe, in your painting, just paint it in the distance somewhere. Again, you don't have to do this height. You could do a half height. You could even do this, the reverse piece of this actually laying on the floor. I'm basically using the same technique, just leave it on the floor. But there you go. It's just a very basic hollowed out tree. Look ideal in your painting. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you found that useful. And we'll call that one done.